A bottle of water at the grocery store is $1. The same bottle of water at a bar costs about $2. In a good hotel, the water can be worth up to $3. At a sports stadium, amusement park, or movie theater, you're looking at a $6 bottle of water. Notice the water didn't change, but the environment did. If you feel like you don't belong, I want you to remember the water bottle analogy, and that it might not be you, but your environment that needs to change. Hi, I'm Daniel, and when I moved to the US by myself as a teenager, I just feel like I didn't belong to my environment. The people around me were much different than me, and I just felt like I never truly fitted in. Thankfully, I learned from this experience, and I want to give you some tactics to overcome the feeling like you don't belong. When you feel like you don't belong, the first thing I usually do is to evaluate my environment. During phases of my life, I have noticed that my perspective can be different than those around me. That's not to say one is bad or one is good. We just thrive in different environments. For example, when I first moved to the US, I had a very different priorities than people around me. Because when I moved here alone as a 14-year-old to play baseball, being the best at the sport was my #1 priority. Moving here and playing was a unique opportunity for me. Whereas to others, it was just a regular weekday activity. I knew I had to work really hard to reach my athletic goals, which meant baseball consumed my life. Sometimes it would trickle into other activities, which led me to spend more time on the field and less time in social circles or being just a normal teenager. Just because I prioritize baseball more than anything else doesn't mean there's anything wrong with me. I just needed to surround myself with those that had the same goals. If you don't sacrifice for your dream will be the sacrifice. In this situation, I would rather sacrifice my social life than my dream of playing professional baseball. Now I ask you, what are you now willing to sacrifice? And I can't forget to say, adjusting your environment doesn't always mean you're perfect. People pick up on energy. If you think negatively towards those around you, like I definitely did at some times, I wonder why they don't like you. They can feel the energy. So keep your thought patterns in check and evaluate your environment accordingly. The next step I took was to look inward at your moral foundation. Your moral foundation is what sets the standard of what is acceptable for you and what simply isn't. This is important because no matter the environment, you can decide your worth and what you stand for. If when I was in high school, I didn't know what was important to me, it would have been really easy for me to shift my mindset, and sure, I would have fit in more. But making that choice wouldn't have upheld me to the standard I believed in. While there's no formula for developing your moral foundation, you can simply look at yourself in the mirror and decide what step you need to take to get to your ultimate goal. After knowing what you want in life, you have to stay true to who you are. One of my favorite authors, Robert Greene, says, "Everyone admires the bold, but no one honors the timid." No one will honor you by being timid. People respect authenticity and speaking your mind. Recently, I quit my job at EY, a prestigious Big 4 accounting firm, to focus on growing my business. Just to give you some context, for most undergraduates around the world who majored in accounting, it is their dream to get a job at the Big 4 accounting firm. Because not only the starting salary is above the national average, the benefits you're having are amazing, and you're pretty much guaranteed to have a job security anywhere on the planet. For me, I know growing my business and pursue my passion gives me way more fulfillment and meaning in life. So despite having one of quote-unquote the best job right after graduation, I choose to pursue entrepreneurship because I know that's where my heart is. The opportunity cost and not doing what you want to do or be who you want to be is simply a cost that you cannot afford. I know firsthand that being authentic can be scary. But don't be afraid. As cheesy as it sounds, life is just way too short for you to not be yourself. Remembering that you're going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You are already naked, and there's no reason not to follow your heart. Steve Jobs. The final thing I do when I feel like I don't belong is just try to let it go. If you've tried these methods and have done the best that you can, but nothing has changed, just move on. Don't allow your inner voice to convince you otherwise. Move on so you can make more space to focus on greater and better things. You will never be liked in all situations, but you need to be able to accept the circumstances and adjust accordingly. Grow in silence. It might not be your time now, but it will be your time eventually. Charisma is all about wholeheartedly accepting who you are as a person and staying true to your authentic self. To contribute to the world and feel a true sense of belonging, you have to be yourself. If this all sounds great, but you need a little more help finding confidence in yourself, this is exactly what Abstract Charisma will help you with. I'm going to link it below for you, and I will see you there.